gonna change a little bit the subject, and now we are gonna talk about calligraphy, typography, and lettering. Today we will start with calligraphy. Calligraphy comes from the Greek word calligraphos, which means beautiful writing. And can you imagine, some time ago, people used to copy books by hand. So one stroke at a time, one letter at a time, and one word at a time. Can you imagine how long it took them to recreate books? So we are gonna get back to that time where they used to write all the copies by hand. And we are going to concentrate on a style of calligraphy that dating back to the Renaissance, called italic minuscule. But Miss, what is Renaissance? Renaissance is a time in history and art that happened around 500 years ago. And during that time, they had to copy all books by hand. And they used this special calligraphy that I just showed you. Back then, the books that they created were called illuminated manuscripts or illuminated books. It was all written by hand and all decorated with gold and beautiful illustrations. So let's get started. Let's make some beautiful letters. So today we are gonna start with 5 letters. So we are gonna do 5 letters that are similar to do. So it's gonna be a little easier for us to do this sequence to start, okay? You will need 2 pencils. You will need to sharpen the 2 pencils well and keep it sharp like this all the way through, okay? It's very important that you have a pointy edge. Then you are gonna get a rubber band. If you don't have an elastic like this in your house, you can use this type of elastics, anything that can secure the 2 pencils together like that, so then the pencils will not break apart, okay? So we are gonna start with letter N. Guys, these letters, they are not easy to do, okay? If you need to practice more than once, if you need to draw the letter more than once, is fine, because it's not easy to draw like this, okay? Right, so you are going to secure the pencils like this. Make sure you have an angle on your pencils, so when you place the pencils on the paper, it's like one pencil is close to one line and the other pencil is close to the other line. So that's the distance between the 2 pencils, and you have to keep this distance all the way through, okay? To do the letters, we are going to measure. We are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So the length of the letters are going to be 4 lines for these ones, okay? Okay, so hold the pencils. This pencil has to touch the bottom line over here, and then for the first stroke you go up until it touches the top over here, and then down. And then when the first pencil reaches the line, you turn the direction. So this part over here, you put it together, and this extra part we may erase. Now the second part. You are gonna start on the bottom of the second line, and we are gonna go all the way up to the 4th line. So we start here, go all the way there, when the pencil touches the line, you go down. Again, when the pencil touches the line down here, you go up. Check that this way the strokes are the same. So your letter, all of your letters are gonna look the same, from the same family. Now letter U is the same idea. So we start at the bottom of the line, we go all the way to the line on the top and then down. And then when you get down here, you curve the line. And then when it passes a little bit here, you may stop. Now, you are gonna start from the top again, and then all the way down. And when it touches the line down here, you change the direction again. Check that this part is open. So now you're gonna get just one pencil and then close the stop. And like here, the same thing. Letter I. Letter I, we start with this pencil on the top line, and then we go all the way down, always counting the 4 lines, and then when you reach the bottom line over here, you change the direction. See that you change the direction until this pencil touches the second line over there, and then you stop. Now again, we close the end, and then you finish the letter. Letter R. We start from the bottom here, go all the way to the top line, and then when it reaches there, you go down. And when this line touches the last line, you stop, and then you close the line. Now for this part, we are gonna start with this pencil on the bottom of the line, and then you go all the way to the top line over here, touch the second line, and then you go down until it touches the second line again. And when you reach the second line, you stop, and then you close the letter. Now we are going to do letter M. We'll do down here. The same thing. All these letters, they all start the same. So touch this line with one pencil, go all the way to the top line, and then all the way down. When this pencil reaches the bottom line, you stop, and then you close here. Again, you start here, go up, when it touches there, you go down. When it touches here at the bottom line, you stop. Again, up and down, and for this last part, when the pencil touches the last line, you change the direction and go up a little. And then our first 5 letters are done. Now what are you gonna do? You are gonna get a pen, and you are gonna do the stroke of these lines. If you prefer doing with a pen marker instead of a pen, it's fine. And if you want to paint inside, make it bold, you can as well just color inside the letters. And it can be any color, okay? I'm using black, but you can use any color to do that. So if you do one, but if you do one letter, you have to do all the same, right? So. And that's letter N. So today we are gonna stop with these 5 letters, because the first letters, it's always the most difficult part when you were starting. So the first ones are always a little more difficult to do. And then in the next classes, it's gonna be easier to do the other letters. Okay guys, bye bye and see you soon.